So now we talk about the show that left the entire Marvel Universe wondering, what's next? Hey guys, how's it going? It's That Nerd Ryan here. Today we're going to be talking about Wandavision. Now you might notice and think, why is he posting a video on a Monday? He always does Thursdays and Saturdays. Well, I'm going to be trying something new this month and seeing how things go. And we're going to be recording a video every single weekday, and on Saturday we will have 3 gameplay videos and then 1 podcast. Might turn into 2 podcasts and 2 gameplay videos, we'll see. But for this month, we're going to have basically 25 videos or so. So we're going to see how you guys like that, how I like that, and then we're going to go on from there. So every Monday we're going to be doing a Marvel movie or a Marvel video. Every Tuesday, Star Wars. Every Wednesday, Pokemon. Every Thursday, a watch video, so me and Angie watching something. Then every Friday will be what I call a massive toy review, where we review 3 to 4 figures a day. In one video. And then we got, like I said, the gameplay videos and the podcast. So let's get right into the movie after that disclaimer. Alright, so today we're going to be discussing 5 questions that Wandavision left. So, I know Wandavision ended about a little under a month ago, but it's still having some lingering questions. The first question of that being, what happened to White Vision? Now, if you haven't seen the movie or show, spoiler warning, but it's been posted everywhere, so we do have Vision back, sort of. So the Vision that we see through most of the show is basically just a memory projected into a fake reality by Wanda. But they do create another Vision outside of that, known as White Vision, which is Vision basically without the Mind Stone being controlled by the government. Or SWORD, I should say, which is part of the government. But he ends up having a fight with Vision, fake Vision. It gets really confusing when you really think of how many different Visions there are. But they end up fighting and then finally having a peaceful discussion about basically a thought experiment that causes White Vision to kind of see the error in his ways, that he's being controlled by SWORD as a weapon, which is basically against what Vision wanted his body to be used for. Then fake Vision gives him back his memories, and then we are left with him saying, "I am the real Vision," and then flying off. So, what happened? We don't really know what fully happened yet, and I have 2 ideas that I think could have happened with that. One being that he kind of pulled a Dr. Manhattan, if you know what I mean, from Watchmen, where he kind of realized they just want to use me as a weapon. I need to go in isolation. So, kind of like what Wanda did at the end, but on a more scale. I don't think he would have went to Mars or the moon. Maybe he's hiding in Antarctica or North Pole or something, just to stay away from everybody, and he'll eventually come back when he's needed. Another thought would be that he was programmed to destroy the real Vision. Maybe he self-destructed himself and we will never see Vision again, since that was his programming, and then he realized that he was the real Vision. Maybe he ended his own existence to satisfy his programming. Another thing could be that maybe he targeted SWORD afterwards, and maybe he did go up into space and went to whatever headquarters Nick Fury was in, and we have him sitting up there with everybody else. Which brings me to the next question is, was Monica with Nick Fury at the end of Far From Home? As you know, Far From Home takes place in 2024, while Wandavision takes place in late 2023. So, in that gap, there was a the events of WandaVision, and Monica went up to, or got confronted by a Skrull that she needed to meet with Fury. So maybe she hasn't gone up there yet, or she hasn't committed, or knowing that it might have something to do with Carol, she might not want to commit herself to it, which also brings into this question what happened between her and Carol to where she obviously has some sort of grudge between Captain Marvel and herself. The next question would be, what was up with Senior Scratchy? Now, I know they did have a original plan for him, but they didn't really establish that in the show, so we can't really take it as canon. So, obviously he's some sort of demon rabbit or something like that, where he would hang around Agatha, and the way he ate that cicada was very animalistic.
I do just want to clarify really quick that I found out he was her familiar now,
for lack of a better term. And there has to be something with Senor Scratchy. Could it be revealed that he was Mephisto all along? Could it be revealed that he was her son? Or was it just some rabbit? The next question is there a multiverse? They did play around with it and everything, not sure if it was actually a multiverse or not, and that ended up just being Wanda messing with Westview. Now, the crazy thing about that is the second post-credit scene of the last episode, where Wanda's looking through the Darkhold while she's doing astral projection, and she hears her boys that technically did not exist in her universe call out to her. So does that mean that she heard them through the multiverse and is going out to get them? I do plan on making a video about this later. It won't be this month, but it'll be sometime later, discussing what that could possibly mean. Which brings us to our last question, which is, how well were these events known? So we've established something kind of as a meme from Far From Home, which is Avenger level threats. So that kind of answers the question in a sense, but also puts a scale to certain movies. So, like, for example, obviously, the Avenger movies are Avenger level threats. Something that's kind of low stakes would be like Iron Man 2, or something like Thor, where it's only secluded to New Mexico. That's what like a small scale event would be. A medium scale event would be like Iron Man 3, where the President of the United States gets abducted, or Thor the Dark World, where the entire world got threatened, or Winter Soldier in Civil War, where it basically changed the Marvel Universe. So where does WandaVision fit in this? One thing that I do want to mention with Far From Home, and that is the only thing that kind of, I think, was originally meant to be a joke, kind of makes sense now. And that is the teacher, played by J.B. Smoove, goes and is like, oh, I think witches are doing this, and like stuff like that. And like that could be seen as a joke, especially when he goes, I'm a man of science, and I say witches. Which, again, knowing J.B. Smoove from like Curb Your Enthusiasm and stuff like that, that is kind of his humor. But seeing that we had an event basically 6 months prior or less, that basically turned an entire town into a different reality. It was changing people and scarred people and basically kept a whole city as puppets in New Jersey, to be connected to witches, and he keeps constantly mentioning witches. It's insane. Even though it is an Avenger herself, it's an Avengers level threat that somebody literally took a whole town hostage by using magic. So basically that's something that Doctor Strange could handle, or like a single superhero can handle. But really, when you think about it, that's a really scary thought, and probably just by word of mouth, especially when the spell was lifted and everything, people were probably going, oh my god, one of the Avengers broke in and took me hostage and everything. And I feel like WandaVision will kind of put an anti-superhero sentiment around the world, just because, think of it this way, a single powered individual was able to take over an entire city. What happens if Thor was bored one day or something like that? Kind of thinking of on a Suicide Squad beginning of like, what if Superman turned evil? But yeah, it's like gonna feel unsafe that somebody just went and broke in. So that is today's video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and see you tomorrow with a Star Wars video. It's That Nerd Ryan telling you that we're all heroes on the